Hi guys, Ben from BensGameTime here, and how many of you remember Jimmy Neutron? What started as a series of shorts and a movie about a boy genius who tried to contact aliens that end up kidnapping all the parents in the immediate area, and the adventure that follows quickly turned into one of Nickelodeon's most popular TV series. As a kid, I loved the show, and I'd consider it on the same level as SpongeBob and Rugrats. And like most children's TV and movies of the early 2000s, there were many video games made based off of it. So today we'll be looking at Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius based off the movie of the same name. Who knows, maybe it will be good unlike most movie games. It wasn't.
Upon starting the game, you'll notice the main hub area is a bit bare bones, only down to the essentials of play game, options, save and load, and secret files, also known as the game's extras. This is fine by me, no need to overcomplicate what is essentially a menu, but what is not fine is how this game looks. Just look at this intro cutscene to the first level. The faces are just textured on.
Did any other kids sneak out?
Everyone else is already in the park. You better get moving if you want your share of the prizes.
What prizes?
We are not leaving until we collect 6 prizes to show off tomorrow. Think you can handle that?
I know this is the GameCube, and graphics aren't the most important part of a game, but couldn't they make facial animations for this? Luckily, the game's graphics don't hinder the gameplay, except for this one part in Retroland where everything burns red and brown. And yes, this is a visual representation of the rest of the game. This game just plays poorly, the biggest issue being the camera. You cannot control the camera at all. When have you ever heard of this in a 3D platformer? The game tries to automatically position the camera for you, but it's always zoomed in too close, and making jumps backwards is tricky without the camera. The poor camera also hinders combat, as enemies can sometimes be off-screen but hit you at a moment's notice. The camera is at its worst in level 3. Here you start near the top of the level, but the camera doesn't show you the rest of the area. Not only that, but to get to where you need to go, you need to make a leap of faith onto this rock. In fact, you have to make multiple leaps of faith throughout the game, which makes for some unfair challenge, especially for a game made for children. This game has some other control problems. The game's controls are simple: A jumps, B attacks, but interacting with other characters and objects is weird. To talk to other characters you use X, but to interact with Goddard and use his transformation you use B.
Not only that, but to interact with doors and other objects you use B as well. So that begs the question as to why not just make it all one button? Why does interacting with other characters require its own button?
One last thing about the controls is the skateboard transformation for Goddard. For whatever reason, it is always trying to go either hard left or hard right, making it feel like you're always fighting with it. Also, pushing forward while jumping increases your jump distance, which is needed to make some of the jumps in later skateboarding segments.
Oh, and by the way, there are no tutorials in-game about how to play it. You're supposed to just figure it out. Retroland is meant to be the tutorial level in the game, hence the infinite lives in that level, but there are never any prompts that tell you how to play the game.
Other than the game's controls, there are some other aspects that hinder the game overall. Whenever you complete a level, you are taken back to the main menu hub area instead of the level select room, which is an odd design choice. Also, in each level are neutrons that can be collected for extra lives. What's strange about them is that collecting 10 neutrons gives you an extra life, giving you plenty of lives, another odd choice. The nice part about collecting the neutrons is that the game displays how many there are in the level and in the current area at the top of the screen. However, there is no bonus for collecting all the neutrons in a level, so you don't need to go out of your way for them, but you might want to. Dying in this game is very easy, whether it is from the enemies or sometimes too precise platforming. Healing pie slices, and yes, that is the health of this game, are very limited, and killing enemies doesn't heal you. Enemies take 3 hits to kill, or just 1 if you use a weapon like a baseball bat or a shrink ray, but you're bound to get hit if there are multiple enemies. As for the platforming, sometimes the jumps have a very little margin of error. Like I mentioned earlier, there is no tutorial for the game, and later level skateboarding segments require the extended jump by pressing up on the control stick. The only way I found this out was by dying over and over again until I just randomly tried it and it worked. Other jumps throughout the game are also extremely difficult, such as this jump in just the second level. You just barely make it onto the next platform, and I mean barely. You can also try jumping into the background and then jump from there, but it isn't consistent, and remember, this is just the second level. Or how about this jump in the 5th level? You got to jump onto a moving ship to get to the next part of the level, but look at how little time you get to react. It's insane. All of this is bad enough on its own, but it is actually made worse by the fact that the game oftentimes gives very little to no explanation of where to go or what to do. So much time, and sometimes lives, were wasted just trying to figure out how to progress further in the level. Like here, Carl says a strange alien stole his glasses, so logically I tried killing all the enemies in the immediate area, but nothing. Turns out the alien is back at the beginning of the level and looks no different from the other enemies in the level.
You'd think that a strange alien would have a unique look to it to distinguish it from the others, but no, I'm just supposed to know that's the one to kill.
Or how about here? I have to save this kid by killing the 3 space crabs near her. After doing so, a giant worm pops out of the tunnel. What you're not supposed to do is try to enter its mouth or attempt to kick it like the other enemies in the game. Instead, you need to pick up and throw all the crabs at it to kill it, with no indication that you could do that in the first place.
I'm not saying that I need a map or an arrow or anything like that, but at least some dialogue to explain what I should be doing.
Oh great, I lost my last life. Well, here we go again.
You have got to be joking me. If you lose all your lives, you have to start at the beginning of the game. What kind of ass-backwards game design makes it so that way there's no autosave, and this was on the GameCube? You have to save after every level, otherwise you lose all your progress. It makes no sense. This game is terrible.
The story is practically non-existent, with the only thing explaining what's going on being the intro-level dialogue. You finish up in Retroland, and boom, suddenly all the parents got kidnapped. Finally fixed the rocket, and then we're suddenly in space. And here, how did Cindy get captured? We just found you and everyone else in the last level. This cart sometimes glitches out and kills you. To pick up this green orb, you need to jump grab. Yes, jump, then grab to pick it up.
This game just does so much wrong. Poor controls, poor combat, terrible platforming, awful gameplay, and it is only 6 levels long. I beat this game in just 3 hours, and most of that time was spent figuring out what I should be doing or where I should be going.
The best part of this game are the extras. Yes, the extras are better than the whole game. In the game's extras, you can watch the trailers for the Jimmy Neutron movie the game is based on, clips from the movie itself, some of the original Jimmy Neutron shorts, and even some trailers for then upcoming Nickelodeon games, which is pretty cool.
However, it's just not enough to make up for this terrible game. I give Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius 1 Neutron out of 6. That's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.